Hey, welcome to another edition of Up and In It. I'm your host, Adrian Babashoff, and if you're new here, this is a show dedicated to everything pertaining towards liberation and independence, bettering your life, seeking alternatives to the daily grind, moving from surviving to thriving and living life raw. Today I'm doing something a little different for you guys. I'm actually going for my walk. I'm stacking functions and I'm on the beach, and hopefully this microphone is picking up my vocals real good, but the sound you're hearing in the back, for those of you who are listening and not watching, is the ocean. Beautiful day. This is my mini retirement, but today's show is about why you should not give a shit what anybody thinks about you and how to do it. My daughter just read me some poetry today that she wrote, a poem about what she thinks that people on drugs, what they see through their eyes, and it was very beautiful and very intelligently written, and she's very talented, but she's scared to show anybody. She said she's never shown anybody, and that's the only one she's actually finished. And the lesson today that I gave her, that I want to give to you guys, is that you got to stop giving a shit what people think. It's very important. Let's talk about that. Many great things are happening throughout history and continue today because there are people out there that give it a shot, give it a go, and not give a fuck. So I think there's a lot of this stuff holding us back. Like today, what I'm doing right now, there's actually a couple coming up right now where I'm walking and I'm holding my phone up, my camera with my big old microphone, and I'm doing it. It takes some guts, people look at you. They're already looking at me right now. So yeah, you got to do practices like I'm doing today here. Good morning. See? Who gives a shit? Fuck it, man. It still is, though. I have to say it gets hard for me. I still got to practice as well, being judged and looking like a fucking idiot. Well, it's pretty easy for me because I look like a fucking idiot almost every day of my life. That's why I try to limit the amount of mirrors in my house. But in order to have an alternative lifestyle, you have to do things different. That's what the whole name of the game is. That's what the show is all about, is that there's a lot of fucked up things out there, and almost, in my opinion, everything needs to be reinvented. So in order to do that, we have to step out of the box, and we have to do something different, think of something different, and start inventing things that don't look like the norm, that's for sure. Look at me, I'm a fine product of abnormality. It's very important, I think, for us to get ahead, to do stuff like my daughter. I want her to write more, and I want her to, she's interested in playing music. There's many things that she could be good at, and I fear, just like for you guys, and also for me, for all of us, is that that's those thoughts, that's that shit going on in the back of your head, like, hey, I'm probably gonna fail, who am I to try, whatever those voices are. And that's fucking bullshit, man. I want us all to start living and doing. So what are some practices, what are some things? What I do is I have a special needs daughter, so that I actually have a little bit of an upper hand on most of you guys, because she just acts silly, whatever. She has no sense of self, She does suffer from anxiety and things, I think, sometimes, and gets shy, but for the most part, she'll just start dancing in the middle of a fucking restaurant or, at a Home Depot, and that teaches me, and that's allowed me to, where people are staring at you, looking at you, even weirder before I had a special needs kid. Now we got 2 of us in the world. Great, thank you. You're welcome, world. What we do is we do silliness like that. That's one of the regrets of the dying, is that it's riddled inside. I forget which one. I wish I would have taken more risks, but in that was to have more silliness in life, to not be so serious about everything, that they wish they would have had that. So that's like a key right there to how to not give a shit. It takes practice, and I think you have to build your self-confidence, and it's a very difficult thing. I mean, even for me with this show, broadcasting the show, I know I'm not that good yet. I'm trying. I put it out there, and I haven't had any negativity put on me yet, but I'm sure it's coming. But for those of you who are, hey, I'm giving it a shot. At least I'm trying something, and I'm putting it out there. And I hope that I'm an example for the underdogs and people that are waiting to try, because if a clown like me could be doing this shit, you could too, man. You just got to get out there and fucking do it. Do little things like, people are scared to do any kind of motion whatsoever. I was included too, and I still get, but do something weird like raise your hand up and just start stretching in the middle of the grocery store aisle. Like the grocery store is a perfect thing because you can go in there and you can look around and make sure nobody's in the aisle if you're scared, you know. And but you're in a public place. That's the key. Go to some public place, but look behind in front of you. Nobody's there, and then just do like the Macarena or something, like some sort of dance. Do something out of the ordinary. You can do where what's that worm thing where you wave one arm and it goes through your shoulders and out to the other. Do that while you're grabbing something off the shelf. Just do a quick one. So basically, in a nutshell, what I'm telling you guys is start to get a little bit silly. Start practicing freedom and do this more and more in public. That's the thing. That's what's stopping you, man, is those thoughts. And it's everybody. It's not just you, it's them too. I think that's what we need to realize is the reason why other people will pick on other people is because they're insecure. Someone asked me one day, I had some friends of mine, well, I thought were friends, and they were a bunch of guys grouping up and talking shit. And I just sat there quietly laughing, and one of the girls came and asked, like, aren't you gonna defend yourself? And I says, nonsense. I says, listen to them. She goes, what do you mean? I says, they're only confirming their own insecurities. I'm just a springboard, letting it bounce off of me. And of course the guys were like, huh? All the women started laughing. Women, I think, are smarter than men. I think they pick up stuff a little quicker. But yeah, who gives a fuck? These people ain't there paying your bills. They ain't gonna they're not the ones making you happy. And you're caring about somebody who doesn't even that you don't even know. You care about what their thought and their opinion is of you, their values. You don't even fucking know them. This is ridiculous. That's why I say you got to get out there and start doing it. So I think I beat this one up enough, but that's the reason why you should not give a shit what people think of you. Comment below. Let me know if there's more you want to hear about this subject. But don't forget to check out the Facebook site, Up and In It. There's the Instagram where I post every single day, my mini retirements. I know this show was different, probably with the sound quality in the ocean, but I wanted to do this video and give it a shot to see how I felt. And I wanted to tell you guys before I go that yeah, people were staring at me and I was just like, oh my God, I don't know if I could do this. So I just up and did it. Just before I didn't even think. I was just like, don't think about it, just go for it. So you guys, don't lose your muchness. Human up, live it, love it, own it, and bone it.